Hello and welcome to our 2022 Precision Ag event online version. We will get started off by a few introductions. My name is Daniel Savard and I'm an integrated solutions consultant out of our Okawville location. We also have Kirk Riechmann out of Okawville and Dan Coy out of Okawville as well. At our Breese location we have Jason Detmer. Centralia we have Kent Kazuzik, and in Farina we have Adam Grobengieser. So we will get started with this with a few videos.
When you start out in the spring, you work the soil and it just smells so fresh. When you till it up, and it's just the greatest smell. When I started farming, there basically was no technology. Every tractor was driven manually, everything was done manually. You'd be planting, you had to follow a line. If the sun was wrong, you would lose the line. Darkness, you couldn't see your marks. Moisture, you couldn't see your mark. Then you'd get squiggly rows. My name is Doug Nems. I'm a farmer from Blue Earth, Minnesota. I'm a fourth generation farmer, and I raise approximately 2,000 acres of corn and soybeans. I really never thought I would see an autonomous tractor in my farming career. For me, it was really exciting the first time I got to take the autonomous tractor to the field, swipe my phone, watch the tractor start with no one in the cab, start doing tillage, come to the end of the field, turn on the end, do the tillage just as well as I can do myself with no one in the cab. I can pull up the app, I can monitor the tractor, see how much of the field it's gotten tilled, I can check the fuel level, I can check the app to see how much of the field is left. If there was something in the field that it wasn't sure about, the tractor will stop and alert me. Is this something I can go around? Do I need to go out and remove an object from the field? The app gives me all this information so I can monitor everything very closely. On farms, labor is always a challenge. We need labor for lots and lots of hours for short periods of time. The auto steer and technology has helped reduce our labor load, which makes my life a lot easier. Autonomy will help because we will be able to put a tractor out in the field and let it run for 24 hours a day because it's not manned. But it also helps us with the weather because we can run so hard when soil conditions are fit. The thing that excites me the most about autonomy is not be locked in a tractor cab all day. It will just allow me to run my business better because I can just pay closer attention to other tasks. Now we'll be doing the jobs that we always wanted to get done but never had time to because we were in the cab all the time. Farmers are fairly traditional, but I have a feeling that once they try it, they will become very accepting of it. I think the tractor can do a better job than I can do. Autonomy, it's going to be a life changer for me.
I can't see how a person could farm today without the technology that's happening now.
It's amazing how many weeds you do not see until you're in the See and Sprayer. I'm talking 2 or 3 millimeters worth of a broadleaf sticking up, just popped up that day. It was able to see and spray at 12 miles an hour also. 12 miles an hour and picking up these little weeds, it was quite amazing.
I was very impressed with the camera, for it to pick up such small weeds. I mean, that was hard for me to even see, much less a camera that's going 12 miles an hour and actually spray it. Obviously kill it I was very impressed with that.
And we were just talking about the machine, the new machine that you guys are working on. That's going to be even faster because you use less water, you're going to use less chemical. You can do two things at once. Hey, it'll cut your work down in half. And plus you're saving money.
That's one thing we want to do is use less chemical because we want to protect the environment and save money. If we can do that at the same time, that's a win-win for everybody.
Managing guidance lines throughout the crop year, from strip till to harvest, is difficult. Keeping on top of pre-plant fertilizer strips is almost impossible. Staying off growing crop rows while spraying is a challenge. And counting guess rows at harvest is sometimes inaccurate. At John Deere, we get it. And we're pleased to introduce the solution: AutoPath. AutoPath creates guidance lines using crop row maps generated during the first pass through the field, be it a strip till or planter pass.
Farmers really don't have to do anything different than they ever did before. They need to put an implement receiver on their planter or on their strip till rig the first pass through the field so that we can map that data. But beyond that, nothing really changes. In fact, it gets easier for them.
On your second pass, whether planting, spraying, or harvesting, AutoPath automatically creates guidance lines for the entire field, regardless of your equipment width. And by the way, we're the only manufacturer that creates guidance lines for future passes from actual planted rows. AutoPath lets you begin each next pass quickly and confidently.
Taking data from the first infield pass, making machines even smarter for next infield passes, you can't help but wonder what the foundation that AutoPath is forging will be for what comes in the future.
It also protects yield potential. At planting, AutoPath helps you accurately plant each row where it can best use your nutrient investment, with minimal soil disturbance. Throughout the growing season, AutoPath keeps your machine tires between the planted rows and off the crop. And at harvest, AutoPath guides you to a proper starting point in any part of your field, and then automatically provides guidance lines based on the width of the combine head, even if it's different than the planter. For example, harvesting with a 16-row corn head after using a 24-row planter is no problem. AutoPath keeps you on established guidance lines, reduces the risk of partial width passes, and helps your combine operate at capacity.
We give you guidance lines for the entire field, not just for your rows of crop, which makes your job a lot easier.
Keep in mind, any machine using AutoPath, tractor, sprayer, or combine, needs the Automation 4.0 bundle. And as you step up to AutoPath for the value it unlocks in your operation, don't overlook the benefits of the other applications included in the Automation bundle, such as AutoTrack implement guidance. Used with your implement-mounted receiver at planting, it maintains consistent, accurate row spacing across the entire field, even on gently sloping terrain and around curves. AutoTrack turn automation takes the work out of headland turns during planting or tillage, letting you focus more on job quality and less on steering. And at harvest, Machine Sync helps maintain combine efficiency by automating unloading on the go, while reducing the risk of equipment collision. AutoPath, like all of our automation-focused applications, works with our premium Gen 4 display, the 4600 Command Center display, and the 4640 Universal display. Your dealer can fill you in on the specifics.
I think that AutoPath and the approach that it takes is going to really revolutionize the way that agriculture, precision ag, and work in the field gets done.
Take charge of guidance line management with your first pass. Protect your nutrient investment and your crop throughout the growing season. And take the guesswork out of guess rows, regardless of equipment width. AutoPath helps you take each pass through the field with confidence and precision. To experience AutoPath or learn more, talk to your dealer.
During harvest, a combine can find itself unloading up to 40 to 45% of the day. This makes unloading on the go a critical piece to maximizing daily harvesting performance. Now with Machine Sync, you can focus more on the harvest ahead, keeping the machine at maximum productivity. Machine Sync works by creating a wireless network between the tractor and combine to enable on-the-go unloading through synchronization of tractor speed and distance from the combine. This also allows the tractor operator to see real-time combine locations in the field, as well as how full the grain tank is. So when your combine starts getting full, the grain cart will be there with precision.
It takes real muscle to get through soil like this. It takes brain power to do it with productivity and ease. Whatever your fields throw at you, heavy residue, compaction, different soil types, or wet fields, you need the right tillage depth and pressure control to lay the right groundwork for your next crop. That used to mean climbing out of your cab and manually adjusting depth, pressure, and side-to-side leveling. A job that can take several minutes. Now it takes only 6 seconds, right from your cab, without ever needing to stop. TrueSet technology from John Deere makes it fast and easy. Just by pressing a button, you can adjust tillage depth to fit your changing soil conditions or to break up compaction layers with 1/10 of an inch accuracy. Plus, TrueSet lets you run and document prescription tillage so you can incorporate residue at different levels throughout your field. Then check back to see how emergence or yield were affected. Using historical field maps on the touchscreen, you can track areas of hardpan, traffic lanes, or differing soil types. That lets you till deeper to break up compaction or adjust for conditions such as lighter soils. It's another way you can gain ground with John Deere. Available factory installed on select new tillage models or as a performance upgrade kit for many current tillage tools. Ask your John Deere dealer for details.
Two identical seeds can produce very different results if not planted exactly the same. These are two of the millions of seeds farmers plant each season, and the consistency of their depth and spacing across the entire field is a crucial part of a high yield. Seeds planted too shallow will have their roots exposed, and seeds planted too deep will use too much energy simply trying to grow out of the dirt. By placing every seed at the exact same optimal depth for germination and emergence, emergence will be even, leading to a higher yield. The distance between each seed is equally important. Seeds planted too far apart will unnecessarily take up valuable space in the field, while seeds too close together will be fighting for the same sunlight, as well as the necessary nutrients such as fertilizer that they depend on. Consistent spacing that leaves enough room for the seed to grow while considering spatial economy across the field is necessary for maximizing returns. Once the proper depth and spacing are determined, uniform planting will go a long way in ensuring high yields. Accuracy, multiplied billions of times over, helps create the products the world relies on every day, whether sourced from corn, cotton, canola, or soy. John Deere Precision Ag Technology removes the guesswork from planting, seed by seed.
John Deere's brush belt is the industry's only seed delivery technology that fully controls seed from the meter to the trench. The brush belt has an infinite possibility of seed placement, not limited to cells like our direct competitors, or relying on gravity when compared to a seed tube. There is no more guessing where the seed is going to land. No matter the terrain, no matter the speed, seed spacing is controlled and delivered by John Deere's ExactEmerge brush belt.
So today we'll be focusing on the John Deere Operations Center web and mobile experience and how it can benefit your operation. The Operations Center provides you and your partners with the ability to set up, plan, monitor, and analyze your farm data. The tools included let you make informed decisions quickly and to easily see where you're making money and where you're not. And with the John Deere Operations Center, you can see what's happening in your operation right now and learn from your performance over time. You can also collaborate with the right people and the right tools to make decisions that save time, optimize yield, and maximize profits. You can also direct your operations by turning your plans into actions and adjusting as conditions change. And next is a quick video about the Operations Center.
Hi, it's Kyle from the John Deere team. We know farm sizes are growing, and you're keeping track of more acres and more equipment and more people. And it can be a challenge to keep track of it all unless you're spending all day sending texts or making phone calls to the operator. We want to make this easier so that you can manage more from anywhere with confidence. We've made dramatic improvements to the Operations Center mobile app to help you meet this challenge. With the latest release, you'll be able to see the location of all of your 4G MDG equipped machines update on the map every 5 seconds. So in near real time, you're seeing the location of your entire fleet at a glance. And then for all of your equipment that have a Gen 4 display on the latest software with an active JDLink Connect subscription, you can see these details update every 30 seconds as you move across the field. This means that you can watch as the field progresses towards completion and check to see that the correct product and the correct rate is being applied, or know exactly how many bushels are coming off of a field being harvested so you can be 3 steps ahead on grain transportation and storage logistics. We're excited to see how these new capabilities get put to use on your farm. We can't wait to hear what you think.
Every day, you manage a lot of details: yield projections, seed varieties, machine maintenance, labor schedules, soil health, tillage practices. The list just goes on and on. However, by turning those details into data you can use, you will notice changes in your operation. You are equipped with the right information when you need it to make your next big or small decision, and you're spending time and energy on what matters most to you, whether on the farm or away from it. You also notice that your business is becoming more efficient, productive, and profitable. Digital tools help you collect, share, and analyze information for your operation, and at a minimum, they can simplify and automate your record keeping. Fully implemented, they can help you evaluate and improve your farm's performance like never before. So it all starts with a connected machine. A connected machine, coupled with a Generation 4 display, allows the seamless and automatic flow of your data to digital platforms such as the John Deere Operations Center. When plans change, a connected machine allows you to adjust quickly and from anywhere. You'll be able to update varieties, prescriptions, send new work plans, and more. Here are a few ways you can get connected to the data you need to make smart decisions about situations that challenge your operation.
In farming, timing is everything, especially during planting and harvest. You expect reliability from John Deere, but things happen in the field, and you need support fast. Now with connected support, we're more capable than ever. When you buy a new John Deere, it's equipped with technology to alert you and us of potential issues sooner rather than later.
JDLink helps me keep tabs on my operation. I can make sure a quality job is being done and make decisions faster.
The technology behind John Deere Connected Support is advanced, but the benefits are simple. It saves you time and money.
JDLink Red Alerts notify me and my dealer instantly. That way, if there's a problem, I can stop. The dealer can then send a technician out sooner, which cuts my downtime and saves me money.
Service Advisor Remote, I can view machine data remotely. I can diagnose the problem before I leave the dealership. That way I have the right tools and parts on my first trip. And sometimes I don't even have to make a trip. I can reprogram remotely and push software updates directly to your machine.
The Expert Alerts tool can help us monitor your machine's health and anticipate future failures, so we can schedule repairs and maintenance on your terms.
The machine dashboard gives us a comprehensive overview of all of your JD-Link connected machines. If a technician has to make a service call, he can take care of any other issues with your fleet during the same call, saving you time and money.
My dealer can't be in the field with me at all times, but with remote display access and JD-Link, he doesn't have to be. He can view my screen and machine settings and suggest adjustments for my crop conditions.
John Deere Connected Support helps us keep you running. Ask your dealer about Connected Support today.
So it's late winter and your planter is ready to go, but is your planting plan ready? Do you know how each variety yielded last year? What about trying new varieties this year? Inside the Operations Center, you can determine what varieties yielded the best last year and plan which crops and varieties to plant in each field this year. So when the weather and field conditions are right, you or your operator will be ready to go, knowing which variety to plant where. Looking at last season's collected data can help you plan for each production step this year. Have you looked at last season's tillage data? Did you or your operator meet the planned speed and depths? Have you decided which fields will be worked in the fall, spring, both, or no-till? Did you see a relationship between your tillage settings and yields? Inside the Operations Center, you can see how well the completed work compared to your plans. You can also look for high or low performing areas of the field and determine if any variations in tillage settings made an impact. Based on these insights, you can create a plan that will help you maximize crop production. Next, we will cover one of the most important things in the Operations Center to help you record accurate data. In the Setup File Creator tab, you can create and manage information sent to your equipment's displays wirelessly or with a flash drive. In Setup File Creator, you can decide what fields, equipment, and products are sent to your displays. Next is a video about how to create a setup file.
The growing season can be one of the most stressful times of the year for farmers. Ensuring accurate and consistent information every time you enter the field is one way to relieve some of those stresses. When utilizing the Setup File Creator in Operations Center Web, farmers can create a setup file that contains specific information to import to their display, which will help spend less time setting up and enable more efficient field operations. In this video, we will cover how to create a setup file and how to create a setup file for AutoPath. Let's take a look at how to create a setup file. Starting in Operations Center Web, navigate to the Setup menu, then select Setup File Creator. Start by choosing your display type. For example, we will choose the Greenstar 3 2630 Generation 4 Command Center. Next, name your setup file. Here, we will be starting a new setup file, but if you have created any setup files in the past, you will be able to select Create from Existing to build from the existing file. Once you select the Start button, you can start building your setup file. Setup File Creator has several tabs to help you progress through the file creation process. You begin on the Land tab. This is where you will select all of your desired client, farm, fields, as well as other field items such as flags and guidance tracks. If you recorded any variety data while planting a field, you can select Variety Locator for those fields when it's time to harvest. You can send this setup file to the harvest machine, and the machine will automatically detect variety changes in the field based on your planting maps in Analyze. This makes it so the operator does not have to stop in the field when there is a variety change. Once you have all desired fields selected, move on to the Equipment tab. Depending on the season, you can select machines and implements that are specific to the work you will be doing, or you can select all machines and implements. Once you've selected your desired machines and implements, you will move on to the next tab, where you will select your products and tank mixes. The products shown on this page are defaulted from the products and tank mixes you have set up in the Products tool. If you need to quickly add a product or tank mix, you can do that right from Setup File Creator using the Add button in the lower left-hand corner of the page. Once you have your product selected, you can move on to the Operator tab. Here you have the option to specify one or more operators who will use the file to complete their operation. This also means their name will be associated with the data their machine is sending back to the Operations Center. The last step is to review the setup file you are about to create. Once you have confirmed the setup file includes all the information needed to complete the operation, you will select the Create File button. After that, the Create Setup File window will appear. When a connected machine is selected, Setup File Creator will automatically send the finished setup file to the in-cab display after you select the Create and Send button. If you're working with a non-connected machine, you need to select the Create Without Sending button, then import the file to the display using a USB.
Now that we have learned how to create a setup file, let's talk about land. Land is your place to manage your fields, boundaries, guidance tracks, and flags. Setting up your location data in Operations Center Web before your operations get to the field saves your team time and increases field work precision from pass to pass. This information can be reused across field operations over time. Plus, land also allows you to organize your field data in a way that makes sense to you and reduces the chance of your team making data entry errors in the field. Next is a video about land management in the Operations Center.
Land is your place to manage your fields, boundaries, guidance tracks, and flags. Setting up your location data in Operations Center Web before your operators get to the field saves your team time and increases fieldwork precision from pass to pass. This information can be reused across field operations over time. Plus, land allows you to organize your field data in a way that makes sense to you and reduces the chance of your team making data entry errors in the field. In this video, we will cover navigation, fields and field boundaries, archive and delete data, field detection, data transfer and export. Navigate to land by going to the Setup menu in Operations Center Web. The Land tool has a central panel with 4 different tabs for fields, boundaries, guidance, and flags. Each tab in the Land tools functions similarly. Let's take a closer look at the Fields tab. The search feature is available to narrow down your list of fields. Notice you can preview the client, farm, and field name and the size of the field boundary. The filter buttons are used to automatically filter your field list by client, farm, or field if desired. Each tab has a total at the bottom of the page. On the Field tab, you can see the total number of fields in the organization. To view one or more multiple items on the map, select the checkbox. Deselect the checkbox to hide it from the map. Select the checkbox in the top left corner to select or deselect all the items. Use your mouse or the Zoom In and Zoom Out buttons to control your view of the map. You have the option to change the map type with a choice between Google Maps or satellite imagery. Land features a measuring tool that you can use for quick analysis. This tool can measure total area, distance, and geographical coordinates. In this example, the measuring tool is being used to estimate the total area for a potential waterway in a field. Land has 2 view options. Here you are seeing the map view. Notice the field boundaries on the map are color-coded to match the last known work type for the field. The legend is located on the lower left-hand corner of the map. To view this information as a data table, select the Table View button. The table is organized into columns and has headings that allow you to sort by field name, client name, boundaries, last known work date, and more for easy data management. Again, you can use the search box or predefined filter buttons to identify particular fields and other items. Click through the different tabs to experience how you can sort and filter your land data. Remember, you can switch between the table view and the map view at any time. Management of your land data is important. Having field boundaries in land is critical for accurate data collection and the seamless flow of data to the Analyze tools in Operations Center, such as Field Analyzer. Let's review how to create a new field and field boundary. Creating hand-drawn boundaries is a great option for defining easy reference points for location. More precise field work in operations might call for physically recording the field boundary on a display in a machine using GPS. To add a new field asset, select the Add button. Select what you would like to create, either a field, flag, boundary, or guidance track. For growers using Generation 4 displays and multiple RTK base stations, you can assign a base station to your field. This eliminates the need to manually change base stations or settings such as the network ID. For now, we'll select Field. Data in the Operations Center is organized in a client, farm, field hierarchical structure. Select a client and farm for your field. Select Add New to create a new client or farm, or select what already exists in your list. Enter a field name, then select Save. The new field now appears in the list on the Field tab. Follow the same process to start creating a field boundary. Select the Add button. On the Create New page, select Boundary, and then select Draw New. You also have the option to create a boundary based on existing operational data found in Operations Center, for example, last year's harvest map. Lastly, select which field the boundary is associated with. The Map and Edit panel will appear. Give your field boundary a name and specify the boundary details. Mark the boundary as active or inactive. Fields with active boundaries are displayed on the map and can be used to make setup files. Inactive boundaries can be used as placeholders and may be updated to active at any time. Select if the boundary is irrigated or non-irrigated. Next, draw your boundary shape using the drawing tools on the right-hand side of the page. You can choose from a polygon, circle, or rectangle. These drawing tools help you outline and define the boundaries of your field. Determine if the shape is an exterior boundary or interior boundary. Exterior boundaries are pink while interior boundaries are yellow. Select Save, and just like that, you've created a field and a boundary. Adding data in land is simple. Identify which field or asset you would like to edit. Select the arrow icon to bring up the Edit panel. In this panel, you can edit details such as the name and active status. For fields, you can even assign an RTK base station. For more information, check out the link in the video description. You can also edit and manipulate the boundary. Select the shape, then move the points as needed. If you need to recreate the boundary entirely, select the shape, then select the trash can icon to delete and start over.
Whether it's you driving the tractor or someone else, you have to know what's going on. Where are your machines? Are the settings right? Are you planting the varieties you intended in each field? How close are you to finishing? Using Operations Center Mobile, you can see what's happening now and in the past. You can view machine location, job details like population rates, varieties, speed, and start and stop times. You can also view machine settings, progress in each field, and map what you planted where. Next is a video about how to monitor your operation in the Operations Center from the palm of your hand.
The remote monitoring tools in Operations Center can keep you connected to your equipment and fields even when you're away from the farm. Whether you need to see a machine's location, check in on an operator's job performance, or get quick assistance from your John Deere dealer, these tools allow you to be aware, proactive, and remote. In this video, we will discuss 5 topics: equipment location and status, remote display access, equipment monitoring, field monitoring, and location history and mobile location sharing. Machines equipped with a 4G MTG will update their machine location on the map in Operations Center every 5 seconds. This is part of what we call near real-time monitoring. You can see instantly whether your equipment is working, idle, or transporting. Remote Display Access, commonly referred to as RDA, is your ultimate monitoring tool to make it feel like you're in the cab even when you can't physically be there. To initiate an RDA session, look for the RDA icon in the machine card in web and mobile. Establishing an RDA session allows users to remotely see from a phone or web page what is on the machine's display. Being able to remotely see exactly what the operator sees is game-changing and makes communication much easier. Operations Center's equipment monitoring tools allows you to easily check in on your machines to ensure everything's going well while also seeing helpful information like productivity. You can also see things like fuel and diesel exhaust fluid by viewing the machine cards on both web and mobile. This makes coordinating the fuel truck a lot easier. As you explore the equipment details, you'll see different tabs to help you monitor your equipment. The Right Now tab shows speed and progress of the field it's working on right now, and other items like engine load. The Today tab shows the machine's working, transport, and idle time for the day. The Work tab shows the list of fields your machine was in today and every field it has completed in the past. The Alerts tab lets you review machine alerts and diagnostic trouble codes remotely. You can use this information to quickly identify issues and prevent downtime. Lastly, Setup allows you to view serial numbers and software versions for your display and the JD Link modem, which is critical to know during troubleshooting. The map in Operations Center is the most important view of the farm. It provides an overview of where all the different fields are located, and the fields are color-coded to indicate the last completed operation. Select the field card to check in on each of these fields during tillage, seeding, application, or harvest season. Here you will see a progress bar to understand how much work has been completed in the field so far, current work totals, and other details such as rates, moisture, and varieties. To view the machine or machines working in this field, select the Equipment tab. The green pulsing light in the mobile app means that work is currently underway, and the details are being updated every 30 seconds. Machine Location History helps you know where your equipment has been throughout the day. You can identify your machine's location at a specific time and its direction of travel. Location history for connected machines appears in the map. When you select a machine, the last 24 hours of location history will highlight in a light green color. If your machine does not have JD Link connectivity, you can still gather location data by enabling mobile location sharing. To do this, select the Share Location button. This feature allows you to use your cell phone's GPS to collect location data for the machine anywhere, anytime. To view location history that is older than 24 hours, visit the map in Operations Center web. The gear icon on the right-hand side of the page lets you change the date so you can view location history within the last 2 years. There are many informational articles to help you as you use the monitor tools. Navigate to the Assistance menu and select Help Documentation.
Now that the work is done, it's time to analyze results. Do you know which machines had the best fuel usage? Do you know your average combine ground speed? Do you know which machines had the highest use rate? Machine Analyzer gives you answers to these questions and more. You can view fuel consumed, machine utilization with idle, working, and transport times, average engine load factor, average engine speed, and also average ground speed. Machine data is a crucial part of the value of data in your operation, but it's not the full story. Now that you've harnessed the value of machine data, it's time to talk about agronomics. When the job is done, you can dig deeper into your harvest results. Inside the Operations Center, you can analyze which varieties perform the best, your total bushels of each crop from the year, and machine and operator performance. The map on the left shows harvest results for a particular field, while the map on the right indicates the 3 seed varieties planted in that field. The grower was testing variety A as a new seed variety for this field. The harvest yield map reveals a clear line showing that both variety A and variety B outperformed variety C. To go even deeper in analyzing these yield differences by variety, you can look at the details below the map. The data shows that variety A yielded within 1 bushel per acre of top performing variety B in this field. Variety C fell short, performing 10 bushels per acre less than varieties A and B. Digging into the data at this level can help you decide what to plant again next year and what to leave out of the mix. After analyzing your year's success, you can start to prepare for next season. With all your data in one place, you can easily organize and share details with trusted partners like your agronomist, banker, or your landlord. As you continue building the historical record of your operations performance, you will be even better positioned to make decisions in the future. And next is a quick video about analyzing data in the Operations Center.
As you prepare to make decisions for your operation throughout the growing season, you need to understand what is driving the performance in the field. Analysis tools in Operations Center web and mobile let you dig deeper into the powerful data you gather during field work row by row in high definition. In this video, we will discuss Field Analyzer in Operations Center web, Analyze in Operations Center web, and Analyze in Operations Center mobile. Field Analyzer is your tool in Operations Center web to evaluate and compare fieldwork maps. Navigate to Field Analyzer by going to the Analyze menu. In this example, we'll select a corn seeding operation. In this view, we see an overview of the map, but we could also compare or overlay this map on top of another map if needed. Start by selecting a map layer to concentrate on the data that is most important to you. The map layers available in Operations Center vary based on operation and machine types. For a complete list of map layers, check out the link to our Help article in the video description. Take a look at the Summary tab to review all the details related to your work data. Here you can see when the operation was started and finished, work totals, equipment performance, varieties, and what machines were used to complete the work. If you need to make a quick change, just select the Edit icon. You'll be able to update the area worked or leave a note for later. On the map, you'll notice the legend, which helps you identify low and high performing areas of the map. Zoom in to get a better look at the performance at the zone level. If you want to evaluate a specific zone or field trial, use the drawing tool to draw a shape around the zone, then you'll see a summary for the selected zone. Let's take a look at the Compare feature. We will compare a yield map versus a variety map to see which varieties performed well. In this example, it seems variety B produced the best yield. To investigate further, you could check out the data analysis chart to review harvest productivity, total yield, moisture, and more. Just click the Share Export button to print or share an operation with a partner organization. Analyze and Operations Center Web is your place to review work data across multiple fields and organizations. Here your data appears as a table, so you can check for trends, sort, filter, and generate reports. In this example, we'll look at some harvest data. We will select a season and crop type. Starting out on the Fields page, the table features headers to change the columns from ascending or descending order, and there are helpful filter chips to narrow down the results in the data table. For our report, we will use the Fields filter to identify 3 fields. We now have a table that shows our field names, crop types, acres harvested, yield, and more. Select the Map icon if you want to see the maps in Field Analyzer. Switch over to the Varieties page to better understand performance of the varieties. You can use this page to do things like identify which variety had the highest yield or lowest moisture. You can export your findings as a report using the Export button. The Field Report option lets you download or print a report that includes maps and summary data for a group of fields. Analyze and Operations Center Mobile is your tool for on-the-go analysis and data editing. The table, sorting, and filtering functions in mobile are similar to web. If you select a field, you can easily navigate to the map where you view work data, equipment, and weather data from the operation. This tool offers unique editing capabilities, so users can edit data for a single field or multiple fields at a time. This can be especially helpful when reconciling harvest data with scale tickets. There are many informational articles to help you as you use Operations Center. Navigate to the Assistance menu and select Help Documentation.
When harvest is wrapping up and before you start preparing the ground for next season, you could really use a good assessment of how your residue management affected each field. If you varied settings on the tillage pass, did those changes result in varied yields? Did testing a new practice, such as no-till or tilling at a different time of year, help or hurt your yields? Did your machine operators follow directions? When the job is done, you can dig deeper into the effect of your tillage practices field by field. Inside the Operations Center, you can analyze how tillage settings changes in a field correlated with yields, machine and operator performance for each field, and how a tillage practice affected performance in a field. The map on the left shows 2018 harvest results. Notice that the lower yields, the hot spots on the map, are concentrated more on the left side of the field. The map on the right shows how this field was prepared in fall 2017. It was tilled at 2 different depths. Dark green indicates tillage at 9 inches and deeper, while yellow shows a tillage depth between 8 and 8.5 inches. So at a glance, you can see that the shallower tillage resulted in higher yields in this particular field. To get an even better look at how these 2 maps correlate, notice the details below the maps. Reading across the rows of data, you can see that areas tilled at 9 inches or deeper had an average yield of 164 bushels an acre. while areas tilled at 8 to 8.5 inches had an average yield of 171 bushels an acre. That's a 7 bushel increase in areas with the shallower tillage setting. So working with information like this, you can make decisions about how to adjust your tillage passes to improve yields. And if you keep tracking this data over time, and in a few years, you may be able to pin down the precise tillage depth that is best for your field. The Operations Center also offers maps that show how different operators perform their work, how fast, how accurately, how true to your plan. Reviewing these maps may give you insights that help you find your best operator for each job. So yield and depth are two important aspects of this story. Now what about fuel? Here's another view of that same field. And here, green represents the areas of highest fuel consumption. Based on the colors in the map and the table below it, you can see that areas tilled 9 inches or deeper used more fuel than those tilled at the shallower 8 to 8.5 inches. In this field, tilling at the shallower depth not only generated higher yields, but it burned less fuel. So maybe your current tillage practices provide the results you want, or maybe you've discovered some details that suggest you should make some changes. Whether you land on one clear answer or a set of workable options, you'll have solid ideas about how to take your operation to the next level. Are you interested in seeing this kind of tillage data for your operation? John Deere TrueSet is an option on several of John Deere's newest tillage tools, and it's available in a retrofit kit for your older John Deere tillage tools. So once harvest wraps up, you can dig into details of the year's work to see how each field performed and how various factors played into your yields. Which fields received an application of herbicide or fungicide? What products did you use this season? How did applying each product affect your yields? Inside the Operations Center web, you can dig even deeper into your results by analyzing things like which application products boosted or maintained your yields. You can also analyze operator and machine performance, as well as impacts of products and rates in a specific field. So looking at the map on the right, you can see that fungicide was applied to most of the field, but not all. Notice that lower right corner of the field, which received no application of fungicide. The corresponding area on the harvest map on the left shows very low yield. As further evidence of what happened, you can look in the table below the maps, which shows not only harvest yield and application data, but also application rate. In areas where no fungicide was applied, the yield was 53 bushels an acre lower than the top yield areas, where the product was applied at a rate of 17 to 18 gallons an acre. And of course, this is only 1 year, 1 field, and 1 trials data. So before making significant agronomic decisions, you would want to test and analyze your results over multiple years. To guide your trials from year to year, data like this about how specific products and varying application rates influence yields can help you decide what to try next season. So what is the real value of your data? First, it's knowledge. It's having the right information when you need it to make decisions on your farm. Next is time. It's feeling certain you're spending time on actions that will generate positive results. And last is profit. It's doing everything you can to run an efficient, productive, and a profitable business. Where do you begin? So the John Deere Operations Center is a great starting point. It's like home base for your operation. It's a place to collect, organize, and analyze your data. And it's also a gateway to many other data management tools designed to tackle specific tasks like analyzing yield, keeping track of inputs, and also creating prescriptions. So with that, that is the end of the slideshow and videos that we had at our Precision Ag event. So if anybody has any questions, please reach out to us, send us a message on Facebook, call us. We can get with you and answer any questions that you have. So with that, I thank you for your time. Again, my name was Daniel Savard. I'm an integrated solutions consultant for Riechmann Bros, LLC out of Okawville. Thank you.